Are we live? We're gonna be they all teleported. They
No.
can move around and ready up? Alright then. So, Pubstars on the Survivor side, Penguins on the Special Infected. We'll do a quick roster rundown in a second. We have a nice charge going out in the back. Jockey landing 2. Hunter's going to try to make it the 3 cap. It's going to make it a rolling 3 cap with that land on a Josie. Good amount of damage going out onto the Pubstars right here from that first hit. And for the Pubstars, keeping their lineup the same as it was in the first game, we have Josie, Spongy, Soul, and Peter Griffin. Who do we have for the Penguins? Kiss me.
Over on Team Penguins, we have the same roster as they had in the previous game. It's going to be Sick, Feel, Lion, and Flavex. Rounding out the lineup roster rundown. Welcome, guys, yet again to another game from this best of 2, where we see Team Pubstar from Europe fighting off against Team Penguins of Team Russia. And once again, first game resulted in about a 600-point differential in favor of Team Pubstar. And we shall see what ends up happening with this tank in the hands of Flavex for Penguins. And that was the best ready up in the entire world. I've never been kicked out by a password change.
That was pretty good. Hunter, Smoker, and a Charger for the support here. Penguins, Flavix is hitting his car in, hitting his other car in as well. We saw Soul try to do this on the other server. This car is in an okay spot, I guess. This other car is now working its way up, and that one's actually going to be rolling over to the side there. Tank is maybe going to try to go for it, but you realize that water is an insta-kill. I think they're going to probably try to commit with this, and Tank has successfully not punted his car out of the water yet. That one is back in, and just skating on the thin ice of that shoreline right there. If he falls in, that's a dead Tank.
Indeed he would be. Now he's going to go ahead and make his way over for another car that he, I believe, hit over here earlier. That is now over towards the survivor, so now there's going to be 2 cars potentially pinning them down inside the save room. I don't know if he's going to go for the one that's still down inside of the area below him, but he might definitely go for that car above. And, yeah, I have no idea what he's doing, actually. He's just running around in circles right now.
Dude, it's an intimidation strat, obviously. He's going to drop in. He's going to work his one car in here. That should be pretty good for him. He left the other car forward. Oh, that bounce! Almost hitting many members of the Pubstars right there. Working his way back in. That car should be in the middle. And he's going to try to launch it, but it's going to bounce off the Jimmy Gibbs, which is static. Charger's going to miss as well. This car hasn't hit anything so far. The Hunter's about to get cleared as well. Tank working his hittable
this
back
is a bad
in right
spot.
there. A little bit of focus on it. He's going to go turn back around, missing that punch onto Josie. Managing to get that other punch onto Soul. But that car was beautifully kited by the Pubstars in that safe room.
Indeed, a couple of those punches at the very end definitely should not have happened. And we see SM set spec speed multi. I believe that's going to open up the ability for multiple spec speeds, possibly. Because that's what I get from that CVAR. But regardless,
yes,
maybe everyone won't move as slowly as I do now, hopefully. Because I move my camera really slow.
It's okay, it's okay. We have a Charger, Spitter, Jockey, and a Hunter for the next hit from the Penguins coming in. Charger going in, nice double cap landing with actually a Jockey in front, making it a 3 cap with Spit going down on the charge and a Hunt target in the back. Beautiful hit from Penguins, quickly recovered by the Pubstars, who are going to keep pushing their way through the map now. I mean, that was a pretty good hit. That tank did an okay amount of work, but again, I think a little bit too much of the hittable focus there. Probably could have been avoided if he decided to get a little more, like, I don't know, zoning the survivors off, splitting them. They had a couple caps land, but I think playing for the hittable in that area when the survivors can juke it probably wasn't the optimal play.
Yeah, once that car got stuck on the side of Jimmy Gibbs' car, he should have just let it go. There's a nice double boom going out to Coach and Ellis, both in the backfield. Jockey drops down in front of the survivors, not going to find anything just yet. Hunter looking for a cap on Nick, does eventually find it. Nick, or not Nick, but the Jockey was shot down. Smoker as well gets his tongue broken off. He has 204 HP left to his name, so he's going to go ahead and despawn that and look to fight another day. And we see Pubstars pushing away through the map here, and they're still in really good position right now. 553 health bonus. Yet again, not much change with the pings coming into this server here. So it's basically just a repeat of the other game. And let's see what ends up happening here, because right now they have a pretty big health bonus, and it's pretty much what Team Penguins was at this point in the last game. Charger goes in, lands a single charger, that gets broken up immediately. Spit hits off the pole in front of the Spitter, and the Hunter and Smoke both get cleared off there fairly quickly. And they managed to not set... Oh my god, Alice! It was one common!
Peter Griffin decided to shoot
I need this common. Spawns 50 more.
Exactly, yeah, it's going to be a pretty good amount of horde coming in right now, and I believe the Pubstars could probably push over and try to hold out right here before they keep advancing, because another hit is going to be up for the Penguins. It's going to be a Spitter, Boomer, Jockey, and a Hunter. They're actually going to decide to push all the way through, but one survivor is slow in the back right here. If they get hit right now, it would be detrimental. That Boomer has to bump around the hedges, and they are going to be able to get people back in. 60 Ti, that's an instant calculator. We do have that Hunter landing for a quick second with a Spit going down on top of it. Jockey gets quickly cleared, and that should be pretty much it. And they actually could push the Witch now.
Indeed. And if this is actually 60 tick, I believe that's still fine. There's nothing in the rules saying you can't play a 60 tick. 30 tick is obviously not allowed, but I believe 100 and 60 were both allowed in the rules, unless Fig changed that on me, but I don't believe he did. But Coach goes in for the crown, easy one shot on her, and that will put her back down. You know what? Screw your wedding dress. You get a red one now.
Indeed. And let's see if the next hit from Team Penguins can come in. It's a Boomer, Jockey, Charger, and a Hunter working its way in. Managing to land a nice double cap, but what a clear going out onto that Charger by Rochelle as that Jockey does manage to get an in cap onto Peter Griffin. Soul working those common out over there right now. That was a beautiful clear coming out by Spongy.
Yeah, very well done by them. And yeah, once again, a beautiful ski coming out by Josie as well on that Hunter. And now we'll see Zara's go ahead and make their way over the hedge. I had a cough. Oh, God, help me. And Zara's making their way towards the safe. And they're going to kind of one last hit here, though, as that Splitter and Charger both come up. 2 other spawns, 4 seconds out max. And they should be able to get this hit in there. Smoker getting a spawn. Hunter grabbing a spawn. Attack is making his way now. Charger whiffs on the Coach. Spit goes down towards the door, trying to delay the stars from going in. And the smoke gets killed off as well by the hands of Rochelle and Coach. And the Hunter looker pouncing around Alice does actually land it. But with the last site being up as a spitter, that will be a guaranteed safe room for survivors. Walking in, shutting the door, and that should be like a 500 at least. Oh no, 400. I lied. They maybe. Oh yeah, that end cap on Ellis probably screwed it up. Yeah, I can see it.
A little bit, yeah. But so that's a pretty. That's actually a better chapter. Actually, is that true? Is that a better chapter score they had on this one than the last server?
Yes, they had a high 300. I think it was like a 380 something on the first game, first half.
Right. So that's a little bit better actually then. So second game here right now. You know, I mean, they could probably get a wipe at this early tank as well, but we haven't seen that come out of 3 of the 4 so far. So if anything, they were going to try to change. They could try to play some kind of rock, or they could attempt to just position the hittables a little bit better. It looks as though we have them going to spec and then coming back in. That's okay. But if you're Team Penguins, you need to make this map with a larger bonus than the one that you had before. I mean, it's at that point where they need to start playing from behind and actually like making a little bit of that score delta up with whatever chapter that they're playing.
Thank you, Reaper, by the way. I did not know that. I thought he was trying to set it to something. But anyway, tech coming in. Immediate dry cap happening with a spit down on both the hard double caps inside in the side there, but inside the safe room as well, so the spit will not spread. But Sick getting a wicked ride from this Jockey will do quite a number to him. Flavex, Feel, Sick all dropping heavily down. That's a good 100 damage coming out there from that first hit. Beautifully played by Pubstars.
I'm stunned that the Pubstars were able to have that kind of coordination
on this high ping.
High ping.
Oh, I finished it for you.
I'm stunned. I mean, how could they possibly have had such an effective hit?
You know what? I'm amazed that you're able to cast as fast as you do on this sort of ping. I mean, there's got to be some sort of delay there. I mean, damn ping.
Exactly, right? It's just so tough to deal with. And Peter Griffin is the tank for Team Pubstars right here. We are going to have that car. He's actually going to play back here, working through that parking lot, launching those cars across. Soul was the tank on the other server. It's a Charger, Smoker, and a Hunter coming in next from the Special Infected team. And now the Hunter's going to go around, bouncing in from the left. They manage to almost land a 2-cap right there. Hunter does manage to land a little bit. Again, tank just kind of working his cards in. A Boomer here would probably be optimal.
Indeed. Hopefully Peter Griffin can have a little bit of better luck with these cars. They're all just getting stuck up by the bus right now. And they all go flying around. One actually made it past the bus. Another one actually passed it, but it's kind of on the edge, and that's a very iffy car hit, to say the least. He's still on first pass, 5% rage. He actually gets the other one back over the wall somehow. What? Another both over on the left side of the bus. What? Whatever, Peter Griffin. I don't even want to. But Boomer going landing a 1, 2, 3, boom! That is disaster waiting to happen. Smoker pull out on Nick. He's going to get combo locked down. That's an instant in cap out on him. But the tank is dropping very low on HP here, down to 2,500 HP. Going to go ahead and look for another cap here out onto Rochelle. Will find it, finds the corner. But the pan on the back will kill him off. And that was actually relatively quickly shut down there by Penguins.
I feel as though they sent the support a little bit too late. I mean, the tank was trying to get that initial corner over there, but because he wasn't able to hit a car in position to capitalize on that, like if he hit a car in the front area there, after that 3-boom lands, that's a wipe. But he wasn't able to position that, and then again, I think the Smoker and the Jockey, maybe the Smoker didn't have his tongue up yet because he got that first initial pull to that potential corner, but the Jockey was a little bit late on that, and the Survivors were able to focus the tank down.
Indeed, and I spit all over my mic.
Alright, so Kiss Me will clean that up. Spitter, Boomer, Hunter, and a Smoker coming up for the next hit right here. We already seen a tri-cap go out and some nice tank damage onto the Penguins. Smoker's going to get a pull out to the front there, and we actually are going to see the Hunter take the pull target into Spitter. They're just dogpiling all over field. That's going to be a good amount of damage onto him.
Indeed, that's going to put him down way on the HP scale, and he's going to need to pop another set of pills there to actually stay quick. Beautifully played by them, dogpiling that one survivor, and we will see them continue their way through the map here. But their HP as it stands is the 480. They're only 80 points above where Pubstar ended the round, and they basically are at like a third of the way through the map. They have a long way to go still.
Some interesting binds, I believe, coming out as well. I do not understand that language, but it's going to be a jockey, spitter, charger, and a boomer for the next hit for Team of Pubstars. Going in, Manny with a nice charge out right there with a double boom in front. Stick going down on top of that. They still have the alarm card, and the jockey's going to jump in on stick as well. Massive amounts of damage coming out here on a Team Penguin.
Indeed, and that drops them down to a 340, so their health bonus is officially lower than Team Pubstars was. Pubstar is doing it on the away server, and it looks like at this rate that they're going to have 3 survivors slow here and another hit or 2, and then they still have a witch to deal with, so they have a long way to go here. Obviously, another car alarm going off. I don't know what Penguin's doing, but they're throwing this match slowly but surely, one alarm car at a time. But the Stars will go ahead and make their way, attempting into, that's going to be a pull-off under Rochelle. Charger misses the charger, but Rochelle has been separated down below now. And now the Smoker's going to go for a separation pull on it, and it's going to get it. Its tongue is going to be back up here in a second because it broke on the ledge and wasn't broken by the Survivor's shotguns or anything. And here goes a Smoker looking for a pull, and that there, oh no, it broke on the wall. That is very unfortunate because that's going to allow for her to reconvene with their team.
Juking underneath that, I think it was like the small bridge, I guess, is what broke that Smoker's tongue. It's going to be a hunter and a spitter for the other 2 spawns here. Another one should be coming up into queue to make it a full hit. We already have 1 survivor slow. There's a lot of horde still going in. And, I mean, the survivors are in an okay position, I guess, but Pubstars is pretty much doing pretty well in terms of their SI play. Nice single cap laying in front. Double cap with that jockey, too. Right, the survivor's completely into spit. That's a lot more damage going on the field. And we actually, where's the Smoker at? The Smoker's actually behind. He could have pulled Coach off the side if he had been in a little bit better position, but these hits from Pubstars, everything landing.
Yeah, very well played by them. Field once again down to that 1 HP. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have him go for the crown on the witch, but the spit will go down. Going to get the in-cap onto Coach. There we go. So now he's back up to 30 HP upon this pickup happening, assuming a tri-cap doesn't come out of nowhere right here. And I wonder if they're going to go right now or wait for the witch. It looks like they're going to go right now. Peter Griffin was lined up behind the tree, but he actually goes ahead and repositions. So they're going to have another hit coming up here in a full or a couple seconds. But their tri-cap is already distinguished. It's going to be a charger, smoker, and a hunter with a boom now for support. And this could be very fatal to them. If that boom lands a nice arc over the hedge or something, it could definitely spell disaster here, along with that nasty tri-cap.
You know, I think they're actually completely out of damage bonus at this point, and pill bonus, so it's all health bonus right now. So Ellis is the VIP for the SI to hit at this point.
Well, Flavor's too.
Yeah, Charter, Smoker, Boomer, Hunter right now. Let's see if they can make the most of this. Trying to get a pull out onto Ellis in the back. Charter's going to dance around that tree, doing a pretty good job juking the shots. Hunter's going in, landing onto Rochelle. Charter's going for an intercept charge, not going to land. Boomer gets a single boom. Smoker is still up, probably going to try to run towards that witch. Now you get a pull onto Ellis in the front, who does self-clear right there. And looks like Ellis is actually running a little bit close to the witch. Witch is actually getting up. Nick going for the crown, going to fail it as a matter of fact. And that's also going to start an event horde with Coach hoarded in the back. He actually could go down to common.
Indeed, it looks like he's going to. In fact, he does. So big misplay there by Penguins, miscalculating how fast they could actually move and take that witch. And Nick is even watching that witch, so that doesn't make things any better. Charger goes in here, looking for a charge out onto Ellis, doesn't find it. Jockey and him both going for scratches along with the spitter. Just going Scratch City on top of Ellis. Now Hunter looking for a pass on him. Going to go ahead and do a 180. Look for a scratch on Rochelle. Does grab it. That's also health bonus. That also counts. And that health bonus must be almost gone. Yeah, 10% left. They dropped it from 25 down to 10. And there might as well be no bonus left. They're down to an 80 bonus, so we see Pubstars looking to take a commanding 320-point lead after this first map at this rate, assuming it doesn't drop any lower here for Penguins.
Plus the points from the other server, so this is going to be interesting to see how that eventually adds up. Smoker, Hunter, Charger, and a Spitter for the next hit here from Team of Pubstars. Let's see if they elect to send it maybe a little bit earlier, so they might be able to get a couple staggered spawns before the safe room as well. It's probably going to be their last hit, though. Rochelle working her way up right here, and again, there's no damage bonus left. We're going to have that Hunter spawning in the corner, going in, managing to land onto Coach right there. The pull is going to go onto Ellis, well, the spit. Charger's going to try to go as well, managing to land onto Ellis. Even more health bonus going out, and then also a little bit more damage onto Coach. Obviously, he is non-bonus, so this would be Penguins making the safe room, but obviously with not a whole lot of bonus to speak of.
Yeah, they might as well just not have any bonus at all at this rate, and they're going to go and walk in the safe room. Actually, Ellis gets locked outside of it for a second. Nick goes AFK, and they will finally close that door. It's got to be like a 50 health bonus at max. No, it's still 80. Wow. So, yeah, they will go ahead. Well, I guess all the damage went out to the temporaries. We don't count for anything. But, yeah, so they'll make the safe room. That's going to be, once again, a 320-point differential for Team Pubstar. And now they're up, what, like a 900-point lead?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is.
yeah, approximately a 900-point lead. Not too shabby. And yeah, thank you guys very much for tuning in so far. We are in the midst of the Team Pubstar taking on Team Penguins match, EU versus Russia in round 5 of the Bleed Out tournament, which is obviously being played on the Pacifice, which is a combination of the passing and the sacrifice. And yeah, it's actually been pretty interesting so far. Hopefully we see a close game through and through. Maybe even Penguins start turning around here a little bit.
Let's see. We need to have somebody set the tank and wish percentages once more.
Who has admin? Grizz, I think?
I don't think anybody has admin. I think they're voting it. That's how. I think that's how they did it the first time, though. But yeah, he's gonna start a vote, so changing those boss spawns right there, and we should be able to get those set pretty fast. So they're on top of it, so that's good. You're gonna see the tank in the same area as we did. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like probably the street-ish. Again, is where the teams are probably gonna decide to fight it. But we saw a little bit of an intercept go in on the other half where it forced it inside that building instead of it being just, you know, a normal spot. And maybe we can see another reciprocation of that this time. I'm not sure. But again, Pubstars gonna keep rolling at this point. And again, it's literally there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players green, 3 orange. I mean, it's really not that much of a difference, but, you know, fuck do I know.
Indeed. So let's see. I'm just going through my messages on Steam. Good. And we're all good. Okay. So yeah, we're going to see who ends up. What was that?
Karl Marx.
Shut up.
Alright, so, what did we learn in history class today, kid? The Mexicans don't speak Latin, and Karl Marx is not a Left 4 Dead 2 player.
Rose Barlow is a racist?
No. Well, I think you're the racist, apparently. No. That seems to be the line from Twitch chat, at least, recently.
No. Things that you said, they pushed onto me. They took what you took what I said, misconstrued it, and then threw it back at me, and the Twitch was like, "Oh, racist."
Misconstrued it.
Freaking, I hate you, Rails.
It's alright. It's a relationship where it's a productive hate. I'm pretty sure, at least, which is what I can deal with that. At least for the most part.
Soul is here. He's just crouching in the safe room and refusing to ready up. I think he won't ready up until they actually give him that baton. I think that's why Rochelle's hitting him with it.
After this is over, then I mean, is Soul actually there?
Yeah, he was crouching.
I guess he's gonna have to deal with the golf club instead. We're gonna have Pubstars on the Survivor and Team Pingwins on the Special Infected. Jockey, Hunter, Boomer, and a Spitter for the SI team. Let's see what they elect to do here. I mean, it's a pretty easy area to deal with most of these hits. Besides, actually, are they running? They are. They're going 4 Uzi.
Indeed, they are. That's very unorthodox. I've never seen Pubstar run 4 Uzi. But regardless, the Hunter Spitter spawning up along with the Boomer and Jockey, you know, work their way in. Jockey and Hunter both going. They both manage to land, draw 2 survivors into the Spit. Massive stumble inside the Spit as well. It's going to drop both the survivors down around 30 plus HP. What a hit there for a 2-2 by Team Penguins.
Honestly, I don't know if that was guns or what. I think it was more the positioning, because when that survivor went far and then they got pounced and then they obviously had the Boomer popped on top of them, that could have been avoided if they had spread out, I think, a little bit more. And when you're playing Uzi like that, you don't have the one-shot capability of the shotgun on Hunters or something like that. So you have to be more, like, worried about your positioning in general. Obviously, removing the M2 on that nerfs the Uzi's ability to take down a Hunter solo unless you get those Uzi skis, which a lot of players can do. But even in a match like this, it's harder to get. Charger leading in, not going to land. Actually going for a melee ski right there, but Soul is going to get stumbled into Spit once again, and that's kind of what I was talking about, where I think you saw Soul trying to get the Uzi ski right there, and then he had to reload, so he actually had to pull out his melee weapon to try to kill that Hunter.
Yeah, it's the reload on Uzi that really opens up a lot of windows for the SI to hit on. That's something that, once again, a lot of higher teams will actually start looking at. If you start running a majority of your team Uzis, they'll actually start looking at when you're about to reload and throw over the hits, and when you have probably under 15 bullets in your clip left on everybody, which really does actually work, because you only have 15 bullets to unload in the SI, and then that's all you got. So you got, what, 60 bullets between all 4 of you to hit, and then also focus down enemies. Beautiful skeet there. That focus fire on the Hunter, just shutting him down.
Yeah.
Jockey working his way in, actually going for a despawn. No, actually he went in and got melee down, I think.
And the Smoker got picked right at the start of that as well, before that boom even landed. So a little bit more of a deterrence on Soul. But now the Smoker's going to go back in, and you land another boom on the Soul. Soul's trying to kill it, but unfortunately he's not able to quite get that frag.
This ninja boomer.
Yeah, Charger, Spitter, and a Smoker for the Rescue. Looks like that Charger wants to spawn behind in that door. They could one-click it down, but Soul's actually proxy blocking right now. Never mind, no he's not. Charger's gonna go manually land on the Soul. Everything going with the Soul. It seems like Soul's at the center of the action so far, and Feel is the tank for Team Penguins. Another boom landing, and that's a Ninja Boomer. He's still not dead! There we go.
Indeed. So let's see what Team Penguins can do with this tank in the hands of Feel.
4 Uzis in this area is pretty good. I like it. It's 4 Sus in this area as well, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, the tank's going to run there, going to try not to get shredded, but his support's going to have to make quick work of some of those survivors' attention. Because if you have 4 Uzis focusing you on any config, you are not long for this.
Yeah, you're definitely not meant to be here if you have that much fire just raining down on you. Tank gonna go and move his way. He's down to 2,300 HP already, 1,900, 1,700. Hunter and Jockey Charger working the way, and Hunter landed, and everything else just having no luck so far. A bit of a lag there on my end. And Tank is down to 700 HP now. Rock misses, and that's a dead tank. Yeah. Just
yeah, that tank getting that down was fortunate. I mean, that was rough.
Before the tank even got close and got that first punch, he was down to, what was it, like 1,900 HP when he claimed his first hit?
Yeah.
Just an incredible amount of damage coming out from those 4 Susies. And it really shows you just how powerful they are. But then again, you also have to, you know, once in look into the reload time and everything, there's definitely the plus and minuses of running Uzis and shotguns. But, you know, obviously Team Pubstar made it work here on their away server. And anyway, attack coming in here, though. Hunter and Smoker both gangbanging up on top of Nick, and that will be a nice amount of damage going out onto him. Actually going to drop him down quite a bit, around 25 damage or so, and he's going to go ahead and continue his way through the map and reconvene his team here in a couple seconds. Actually, here he is, Silide.
Indeed. I mean, they should have one more hit before this event starts, but with the way Pubstars are looking right now, they probably could afford to hold out, even though 2 survivors would be bleeding. One survivor is a little bit split in the back. I think they realize that, and they're going to get back together. It's going to be a Charger, Boomer, Spitter, and a Smoker for this next hit from Team Pingwins. Let's see if they elect to hit when the survivors drop. That Smoker is already been pulling out onto Nick right there, who actually does have a shotgun. Charger trying to go for him right here. Going to get shot down before he lands. Spin's going to go down on a nothing right there. Great job by Josie to focus that Charger.
Yeah, really well played by them. My one complaint about this map is how dark it is, and how dark it appears on the stream. Like, in-game, so dark down here. But it's alright, it's just for a little bit.
Yes, for those asking, this is the quote-unquote home server for the Russians.
Yeah, even though it's not by any means really a home server, everyone literally has the exact same ping as they did on the last server. Anyway, double boom going out there. Pounce landing on top of Coach as well. Spit falls a little bit short. Boomer stumbles him back inside the Spit, though. Beautiful play there by the Boomer to line that up. And that Jock is going to look for it.
Time.
Yeah, the Soul's just not having any luck here with these Boomer stumbles back into Spit. That's the 3rd one that's landed on him specifically. And now the Witch gets draw crowned. Not too sure where she's running off. And now the Witch gets draw crowned. Not too sure where she's running off to. Is she running backwards? Oh no, she ran down below for some reason. What? What is going on? Now she's coming back up. Maybe because they didn't open that door yet. Oh god. Oh, I was about to say, freaking Coach with the Uzi drew her. And I believe Nick was the only one with the shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to get the kill easily. She has to run all the way up that, like, I don't know, the distance between the pillar and that platform. Then she has to run the length of the platform to get to the survivor, so it was an easy kill. Charger, Hunter, and Smoker left, and I think the Pubstars is in pretty good position just to kind of sit here if they want to. And we actually have a survivor already dropping down. I think he wants to maybe, looks like he almost wanted to push right there since he knows there's not going to be any Spitter, but I think it would be smarter just to kind of sit and chill for a minute.
Yeah, I would be perfectly fine with them just holding up here for a minute, killing off the rest of these common. Once again, it's only 150 common. It's nothing too massive. So we'll see what they decide to do. Boomer spawning up. It does actually get the boom out onto else. And now I actually see what they are doing here. The reason why they actually have a Nick down there below everyone else is to block that spawn directly below them. Yeah, and it makes it hard for the outside to actually get spawns that are close to them and actually land those booms like we just saw on Ellis. But for a 1 boom, from what we've seen in the past, a 1 boom's nothing compared to the 3 and 4 that we've seen in the past, basically 3 matches of this.
Yeah, I mean, this horde is not quite over yet. I don't think now it probably is. So the survivors made another pretty good call in terms of their pacing there. Charger spawning up. Nick already has his melee out. Nice clear from that Uzi. Hunter's going to go down, managing to land onto him. Charger's going to go for the intercept. Oh my goodness, actually stumbling into the middle of Nick's model. Spit's going to go down as well. And I would say the Pubstars are pretty unfazed right now by this quote-unquote away server.
and they have a huge health bonus right now. They are hovering at a 660 right now. So if they do close the safe room, that's going to be a massive blow here to Penguins. Another spit delay coming out, though, by Flavex. Going to keep them out of safe room for a little bit longer. Coach looking for the kill. Can't find. Actually ends up stepping in the spit there for a little bit of damage. Jockey spawns up in the back, looking for a pounce on it. Ellis not going to find. He gets shut down. Smoker as well gets killed off. Boomer gets popped. And that will be four down. And we will see Pubstar make their way to the safe room with a beautiful health bonus.
Yep, that's going to bring their total score to 2,328. Very, very nice job. Them 1,428 scored that chapter alone. The 580 of the Penguins.
So they're 2,100 up right now because of that round. Wow.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a massive lead for them right now. I mean, we have yet to see Penguins actually go across this half, so who knows what this half will hold.
Actually, no, it's more than that. It's like they're actually like 2,300 points up.
Oh yeah, 2,400 because they were 600 up. I thought the 300 up after the first game. No, you're right. Yeah, so it's like 2,400.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So I mean, once again, the Penguins can make this round once again with the same health bonus, chop it back down to that 1,000 that we saw coming into this round. So it's not like it's a huge lead right now. We have to see what this round actually holds in store for us for Penguins on their half.
So yeah, I mean, let's see what team Penguins can do. I'm a little bit apprehensive right now because I have a feeling that Pubstars is probably going to like, I don't know. I have a feeling this tank's going to do a good amount of damage. I don't know why. It's just a general feeling that I've got. And at this point, Penguins are obviously being not quite blown out on their quote-unquote home server, but being like already trailing from the other game and coming into this. If this were actually an actual home and away contest, we would say their chances of winning probably weren't that good. But, I mean, there is still a chance for them to come back, but they would have to reverse the 1,800 points here, rather 1,700 points here, plus the 600 points from the other game. And on any ping, that's going to be quite difficult to do, especially with the way that Pubstar is playing.
Indeed. We see Ellis and Nick doing a little bit of a dancing in the safe room with the, I guess, the return scripts, or the I don't know. It's probably a return script, but they're moving back and forth across the safe room pretty quick. But yeah, it looks like we are live here with the second round of, or the second half of the second round here. Penguins over on the Survivor, and obviously Team Pups are on the SI. Coached by the safe room, but Boomer rocketing in, gets a nice double boom with the proxy out on Nick. Hunter Jockey working the way in, though. Hunter gets blown out of there. Spitter not having any luck either, and that Jockey last person alive here. Dropping down on top of Nick's head, actually lands and brings him down inside the spit. That will actually yield some bit of result here. And that's,
wow.
Okay, that's more than a bit of result. That's like 35 damage going out to Nick alone.
Yeah, that's crazy. Over 40 damage going out on that hit. Another 2-2, doing more damage than you'd possibly expect, especially in a situation where it's like everything else is dead. It's one SI left to kill. And now it looks as though the Penguins are going to keep pushing through this. It's going to be a Charger, Boomer, Hunter, and another spawn coming into a queue very soon for Team Pubstars. Nice pop on that Boomer. It's going to be a spitter, so they have the charge. Spit Charger going in. Sliding off of Rochelle's head. Hunter's going to go for a DP now, working his way in, going to get speeded. Little bit of a 1-by-1 attack right there by Team Pubstars, seeing a little bit of spit damage at the end.
Indeed, and that should also give them the cross here. There's going to be no SI up for this. Actually, Spongy might be up for the tail end of it, but he'll be the only SI up. He is a jockey, though, so he might be able to make something happen here. And there's going to be a Survivor actually going up to the third floor, it seems. Jockey all alone with him, drags him off. There's the end cap. Beautifully played by Josie. Was that Josie? Yes. No, it was Spongy.
That was a Spongy, yes. So two jockeys effectively have caused the brunt of this down right here, including that full in cap onto that Survivor. And they have a pretty good hit for the next year. It's going to be a Smoker, Jockey, and a Boomer. Let's see what they can do with it. I mean, there's no spitter for the inside hit, but again, they could do something crazy like that if another Survivor decides to go up to the top floor again for whatever reason. Maybe he's trying to block something, I'm not entirely sure. Hunter going for a DP. Jockey still have half of his HP left. And Boomer's actually a spawn right now, jumping in, getting a double boom, and two Survivors are up top. I don't get this strategy.
I don't either. This is very interesting. That Hunter's actually looking for a bit of a cheeky 25 out onto Rochelle. He's trying to curve himself around that wall, which can happen. Jockey, as well as looking for Rochelle to hop back up on that. He could actually drag her off right now if he wanted to. He could drag Nick off too. But now we see only two Survivors in each building, so it's going to cause some major separation for them. Hunter working his way on the two on the second story, not going to find anything though. And now since the Hunter died, Charger coming up in the hands of Josie, so they still have the tri-cap happening. And that's a charge only onto Ellis inside. Jockey now latching onto Coach, and now the Smoker's all alone though. And I feel like that was a little rush on their part, but the Smoker will be sought out and killed by Ellis and Coach, so that will be the SI attack up and over with. But still beautifully played there, and a beautiful delay as well from that first Jockey landing onto Ellis and bringing him down.
Indeed. So, I mean, this is a situation now where they already have one bleeder going into the tank. They have 3 sets of pills left. They're going to need to keep feeding that one survivor. And we do have a Hunter spawning up down below here, waiting to catch the first person who drops in. Jockey, Hunter, and a Boomer, or Jockey, Hitter, and a Boomer, rather, for the arrest of that hit. A little bit server lag there. I think it might have been on me. And the tank is now up into the hands of himself for Pubstars.
Indeed, and I'm interested to see what happens here. And actually, that spit's going to cut Coach off. That tank might be able to get in there, in fact. Because that dead spit, he might be able to roll right in and catch up to Coach. And no, actually, I thought that dead spit was more in front of the door. So, no, I lied. Coach will be able to run right past the spit and make his way back to his teammates.
I expect them to commit relatively early again. Just not take a whole lot of chip. I think Josie had this on the other game as well. It's going to be a Hunter, a Charger, and another spawn. If they're lucky, they'll probably get a tri-cap here. And the survivors are likewise running 1, 2, 3, 4 Uzis in that open field area, which again was a very, very good call from Team Pubstars on the opposite half. And I think they have the tri-cap that they want here. They're probably going to try to get some kind of early pull onto Rochelle or something like that, but I don't think it's going to work. Tank is going to roll in now, just over 5k HP. Smoker's going to go. Imagine he got a nice pull onto Nick. That's going to be a corner if the tank actually manages to catch him. Indeed, that's going to be a punch going out onto him. And I think Nick is actually going to be able to pop his pills beforehand. Actually, no, he hasn't. Josie managed to get another punch right there. Gets the in-cap. Still has 3k HP. His support is almost dead. Josie working his way back in, managing to punch Ellis right there. Turning back around, trying to hit Rochelle.
Pills left on themselves. Nice boom there. Even after the M2 from Nick, he was caught in the middle of a reload, though. So he wasn't able to get that pop instantaneously. Boomer got that boom off at the last second. Charger, Spitter working together here to get another charge spit out onto Rochelle. That's going to be a lot of damage, along with the jockey landing and Nick up top. And that's going to be another big hit, dropping both Flavex and Lion down to yellow. That jock off the crossing beforehand, but he is obviously still on temporary. There's 2 sets of pills left on themselves. Nice boom there. Even after the M2 from Nick, he was caught in the middle of a reload, though, so he wasn't able to get that pop instantaneously. Boomer got that boom off at the last second. Charger, Spitter working together here to get another charge spit out onto Rochelle. That's going to be a lot of damage, along with the jockey landing and Nick up top. And that's going to be another big hit, dropping both Flavex and Lion down to yellow.
300 points off their bonus right there from that one hit.
Yeah, because they were both solid health bonuses.
Yep.
That's just a massive amount of damage. I mean, Phil's already broken down that damage bonus quite a bit himself because he's been on the damage bonus for so long.
Yeah, I mean, going to be a Boomer, a Smoker, a Hunter, and a Spitter. So another 2-2, but these hits are just doing damage constantly. Smoker in the back, managing to get a separation pull onto Rochelle. Does get pretty quickly cleared, but another couple ticks going in. That Spitter's going to swap in the front, throwing that spit down. Hunter's going in for scratches, getting one, and trying to juke there, and then does get whacked in the air by Team Penguins' Nick's melee weapon. So, yeah, they might be able to push this choke, but Rochelle's slow.
Yeah, she's going to be falling way into the back now, and Coach is just cutting the slack and moving. He's not even waiting for her. And he does actually go back and help out now. But they're actually kind of separated now. There's 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. And if they were to hit the 2 up top, that would be a lot of damage. Boomer spawning up somewhere above them, and Boom's down. The stairwell does manage to land onto Rochelle. Smoker spawned up below as long with the Jockey. Spit goes down on top of Rochelle, not finding anything just yet. Jockey does not latch onto it, dragging her back at the spit. The common locker up, that will secure the in-cap onto it. And then the Smoker also going to pull there onto Alice on the side. But that will be a dead Smoker, and Rochelle going to need a pickup here.
Indeed, and that's going to be even more damage going onto that damage bonus. Team Pubstars taking a dominating performance so far here on the second server. And, I mean, this is a bad situation for Penguins to be in because they're going to have to deal with, like, Sacrifice 1-2 again. Those are 2 maps where a lot of points can come out, but in the way, like, the balance of the game's been going, I really don't see a whole lot of hope for them, unfortunately, at this point. I mean, there still could be a change, but this Boom's going to get a nice boom. That's going to be a Jockey and Rochelle in the back. That's a kill. Double cap going out in the front as well. And all hope that I mentioned right there, Kiss Me, just completely evaporated.
That just completely imploded on itself. The only 2 survivors left up now are Coach and Ellis. Beautifully played there by that Jockey along with the rest of SI. Just really bringing it all together there for Team Pubstar. And this is almost certainly a wipe now with no pills left on them to actually help them throughout the rest of the map here. I mean, you can't expect to really make it at this point. There's going to be a Spitter, Smoker, and a Jockey. Jockey walks down for it. Two scratches actually on Coach. Charge does land out onto one of those as well. Smoker as well. Jockey secures the wipe with the in-cap onto Coach. And that will be all she wrote for this.
That charge just bounced off that in-cap survivor, but yeah, dominating performance by Team Pubstars so far. And yeah, I mean, that's really all that can be said about it here. Whoever decided to choose the second server game is probably regretting it at this point.
Shut up, bro. Rails.
Just saying, I could not be happier with this result at the moment. And in a completely unbiased way, I'm a North American admin, so I really don't have to care. And this is just proving why one game probably would have been better than two.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And for those wondering, I was not fighting for 2 games.
Yeah, no.
I'm not allowed to fight anyway. I'm not an admin.
Yeah, Kiss Me is the overlord.
I'm like Gandhi. I'm just there. I'm like, peace.
What country was
India.
Gandhi from? Good. Okay. All right.
Shut up,
There's
bro.
still hope.
Seriously?
There's still hope.
What? Just because I didn't know who that guy was?
Marks!
I'm telling you, I have never heard of him. Never. Not in any history class. I swear I have never heard of him.
How is that even possible?
What did he do?
He wrote the Communist Manifesto, so that whole like idea of that like economic system known as communism that came from him. Yeah, that's.
I never heard of him. I have heard of him outside of history class. High school, never heard of him.
Stop spam, maybe say please.
Oh god. So we have one more player to ready up here.
Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, as soon as Flav readies up, then we should be okay. But it depends. He's got 7 ping. He might need to go down a little bit more. I don't know. We might need to host the
Rails,
server underneath somebody's house.
Rails, we got enough drama inside the server right now. Please don't start on.
I don't know why they're
don't start on the
arguing at
cast.
this point. I mean, it's pretty much over. Like, come on, let's go.
Rails. Do they not know what the spawns are right now?
I don't know. They can go back and check and find them.
You want to know what just happened, Rails?
What was that?
No, just first Kazoo Kids just went live.
Yeah, I know.
You want to know how my mood is right now?
How is it?
I'm a sad panda.
Sad panda, I'm sorry.
I'm a sad panda. But we are currently waiting. There goes the vote. I know that because my spec HUD just disappeared.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
we go.
The second disease will be good.
So we are on the 3rd map of the away game, the 2nd game, if you will. So we only have this map and then 2 more to go. And let's see. Maybe Penguins can make some sort of a clawback happen, but it looks like the ready up is happening. Indeed it was. So we are live now. Yeah, guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. You're watching Team Pubstar on your Survivor take on Team Penguins on SI, EU versus RU. And let's see which team will come out on top. Smoker has to pull on to Bill way up front. Hunter looking for intercept on Zoe, does find it. Beautifully played by them. And why are the Survivor models now freaking Left 4 Dead 1-1s? Why does Russia have it correct?
It's Left 4 Dead 2 for me. Oh, no, it's not.
1 for me.
1.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. All right, well, that's pretty good.
See, Russia's got their shit together.
Exactly. So, I mean, hey, the way that Pubstars runs their Survivor, I'm seeing what they have, like, kind of a trend. Josie seems to play shotgun and run around in the front, and then the other 3 are, like, really, really positional and playing in the back, but they let Josie do a lot of the leading, and that's actually a pretty common strat to actually have that happen, I would say, but it's interesting because if he gets a little bit too far separated, any SI team can take advantage of that.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have those 3 really good Uzis, good at spraying down static position SI and whatnot. So let's see what happens here. Boomer does land out along with the Charger landing. Spit goes on top of that as well. Hunter getting skeeted, but that's still a charge Spit landing with the Death Spit on top of Lewis. That's going to be a lot of damage. Soul drops all the way from a high green to a red, in fact. He just switched from a yellow to a red. Lots of damage going out onto him.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this tank go pretty badly for both sides, depending on how it was fought in the last half, but I had the feeling, again, that I think Pubstars and probably Penguins will probably learn from their mistake for this next one. So, let's see. Charger, Jockey, Boomer, and Smoker, 14 Penguins on the next. We have that Smoker going for a pull on Soul in the back. Is going to land, but the Charger is going to whiff, going through that fire. That actually would have been a lot of damage. Jockey going and landing in the front for a split second. Smoker is going to get picked off right there, and that was a much better take than we saw the first couple of hits go down. I think Pubstars are in that point where they're like, they're ahead enough where they just like maybe let up a little bit and they had to recollect themselves and get back into rhythm.
Indeed. So let's see how they manage to take this tank now. I mean, Penguins has definitely turned around so far. Pretty much 3 hits and a massive amount of damage going on as far as Charger looking for make some have another nothing gonna come of it though. And now tank is spawning up in the hands of sick 14 Penguins. Rails, I'm gonna let you take this tank for a little bit. I have to go do something really quick. I will BRB.
Alright, so we're going to have that Hunter landing on to Lewis right there with a stick going down as well. We did have a quick boom onto one survivor in the front. Well, tank in the hands of Sick, throwing a rock right now, trying to land it onto one of the boom survivors. But again, I'm hoping we see Team Pubstars play this a little bit better than they did on their last attempt. And the same thing for Team Penguins when they get over here to Survivor. Like, that tank by Peter Griffin on the last server was one hell of a show. And I have a feeling as though this tank is already going in the right direction in terms of the SI, because he's already bleeding them out a little bit, moving over. But now, see, the survivors are going to be a little bit more mobile this time to transition and get some of that frustration away. Car being hidden right now on the top of that boat, tank transitioning to the top of the rightmost building. Charter Smoker Boomer for the next from Team Penguins. Rock coming in right now, not going to land much of anything. And again, this is similar to the strategy that we saw Pubstars employ, but they need to realize in order to break this, all they have to do is drop into LOS for a second. They realize that the tank is bleeding them out, just kind of sitting there, but they're actually doing the right thing. We do have a Charger going in, managing to land onto Soul right there. Boomer getting boom as well. Rock does get skeeted, but they did manage to take half of the tank's frustration down on that exchange. And now that tank's going to throw another rock in, not going to land. I have a feeling they probably could either LS or open the door, and that's what Joey's going to do. He's going to open the door in front. Survivor's now going to shoot that rock out of the air. Nothing really has landed so far. And honestly, with the lead that they have, they probably could afford to go forward here. That rock is going to get skied out of the air once again. Charger, Hunter, and a Jockey for the next hit for Team Penguins. And again, they're chipping that tank. He's down to about 5,000 HP, so making commit would be rough now. And because the survivors are LOSing, that's how they're getting this frustration to go down. Nice tri-cap landing. Rock does land onto Josie for a rage right there, but I think from that, because of the situation that they're in and because they don't want to LOS, especially in this area, I think survivors are now going to push forward and force the tank off to chase them with a hittable that he decided to get.
Indeed, and I have returned from my mysterious adventure. But regardless, yeah, Team Pubstar is sitting in really good position right now with their health bonus. Probably around the 5? No, 743 hours. Way off on that one. But sick in the hands of the tank yet again. Go ahead and move himself up towards the survivors. And they're not wasting any time. They're climbing. They're getting up high here. They don't want anything having an easy time getting to them. The only thing is, from up here, that Boomer is going to have a very easy time arcing the Boom over one of those boxes. And sick might get outrun here. I think they're gonna run. I mean, the tank will be able to catch up though because he can climb this ladder here, or drop through the skylight. So
he better drop through the skylight at this point because, like I said, they have a pretty good area on him right now. He's gonna commit his way in, working his way in, missing that first punch on Lewis. Now he does manage to land it. He's gonna have Lewis punch across the map right there. Nice double tri-cap landing, but that Jockey got cleared. Soul is the last one up. Manages to clear that Smoker from a long range right there, and that's going to allow Josie to work his way around, juking that tank in the corner right there. Now he is going to get cornered. Josie might be able to get this pickup before the tank is able to recover. That was almost a wipe, but a beautiful roaming clear by Soul there. As he was being pushed by the tank, he managed to crouch and get the pick on that Smoker.
And this tank's actually going to be playing it very smartly. Going to go ahead and wrap back around through the vents up top. I guess you could call it a conveyor belt system, whatever. But he's actually going to move his way back around, and now he's going to look for a better position here on the survivors. Boom going out onto Bill is going to cause a little bit of Hoarder trickle in here. I'm not too sure if Lewis is stuck where he is or
Tank's
not.
AI.
No, tank. No, he has line of sight. For now, at least. Going to go and toss the rock to the survivor. He might go AI during this rock, though. No, he actually lands the rock. From 5% to 500, refills his rage. And he's down to 659 HP as well, so he is burning right now.
Indeed he is. Curve rock going around and they're clearing off that horde from that boom. Tank managing to get another down on the Soul, but now he is going to go down here. And the Pubstars, pretty weak shape. I mean, obviously taking the tanks on either server there went not the way they wanted to. Boomer does get popped. Charter going in the front, managing to whiff actually onto Francis up there, Peter Griffin. But again, they're just going to struggle forward, get as many distance points as they can, and that's exactly what they can afford to do with a lead this big.
Yeah, I mean, they can't be feeling too bad about how they took the tank. I mean, they obviously took a lot more damage than they would have liked, but they didn't really seem to know that the tank could get on the roof. It was only Lewis who was looking straight up at the skylights. And honestly, I've never seen a tank in that position, so I've never seen a tank drop through that skylight. So that was actually new to me as well, so I don't blame them for not knowing that, and the tank got really good positioning on them off of that because of it. But regardless, Smoker going and grabbing a quick pull there onto Bill will make him get hit by the Witch, and this could be a kill onto him, in fact. Jockey getting in cap onto Francis in the back. The survivor on the ground did not die off. Josie will actually start getting picked up here by Soul. And so no one there died from that hit, but that could have been much worse because there's a flammable can right next to where Bill got incapped. So that could have sealed the deal if that got triggered or shot.
At this point, though, they're low to where like almost any SI could get a scratch down onto at least Spongy, maybe Soul as well. And like they're doing a pretty good job of spreading out. But here comes that charge actually got cleared somehow. There's gonna be more damage going out onto Soul in the back. Somehow Soul isn't quite dead, and he is almost going to clear that smoker as well, and he's actually going to have that cleared. So, yeah, that's pretty good for the survivors. They're actually going to be able to make it in with 2.
Yeah, Soul might not make it in, though, at this rate. He has a long way to walk. I say long way to walk. It might not look like much, but he is at 1 HP.
He's chilling in the corner.
Yeah, I think at this point, Lewis is just like, you know what? I'm okay. Nope, Jockey's not going to let it go. He scratches him down. So there's the round. They do make it. No health bonus to their names. A 0, a big fat donut. And they will go ahead and gain 664 distance for the map, putting them up to a 2992 score versus the 1187 of Penguins. And so this is going to give them an 1,800 point lead for this game so far. 1,800 plus 600. So they're up 2,400 right now, which is pretty much what we saw them last map at as well.
Right, and I mean, at this point, if Team Penguins even makes it to, like, obviously, they need to score with bonus here. Like, that's what they need to do, and they obviously wiped the tank in the other game. So, I mean, they can still do it, but it's going to be pretty tough for them. And, I mean, at this point, when you're behind by that much, it's kind of, it's not good to have happen on a server. That's your quote-unquote home server, obviously, but at the same point in time, you got to give Team Pubstars for how they've played through it. And I have a feeling that Pubstars is going to keep up the SI play that we've seen so far.
And yeah, I really do hope that we see some good play continue coming out from them.
And I mean, that's the thing, like, looking forward, both these teams could make it to the top 16. I expect, actually, with a win here today, Team Pubstars will, and then Team Penguins would drop to 3-2. So, like, if Pubstars makes it in right now, which it looks like they're going to, that would be, I don't actually know how many teams are confirmed for the top 16 yet, but we could actually see a theoretical rematch between these two later.
We would have 5 confirmed. After this game, there'll be 5 confirmed teams for the top 16.
If there's actually 4 wins to get in, we don't know quite yet, but that's what
I'm pretty sure it's. Pretty sure it's 4 to solidify.
Soul just took a lot of ship. Is that Hunter right there? Charger, Smoker, Boomer for the rest of the hit. That Boomer swung up behind the thing over there. Charger Madden's doing a beautiful open field charge. Does get a single boom out on top of that as well. Soul just trolling once more. Does get skied out of the air. A little bit of smoke damage going out from said Smoker, and these Common are going to have a lot of chip as well. Obviously not as much damage as Team Pubstars took on that hit, but still pretty okay.
Yeah, that was absolutely not too bad at all, and there's actually causing a lot of delay here on the Survivor's part. They're actually going to be set up for another hit here at the death charge spot because of all that delay that Francis took from that Common. So that was actually much greater than Team Pubstars probably thought initially until they actually saw that, hey, we're going to have a hit up. So now this Charger's going to start looking for a death charge here probably. I wouldn't let this opportunity go past me. Smoker grabs a puller onto Francis. Hunter looking for an intercept. They will grab the charge. It won't be a death charge, though, but they will put him back up against the fence on the opposite side. And that will be a lot of damage out onto the line. Maybe even an in cap?
Close to it. Oh,
really close, actually. He was down to 3 HP.
Indeed, I mean, they're still pretty split. One of the is actually deciding to go back right here to grab some. They could open up another hit on this upcoming choke from Team Pubstars. Let's see. That Smoker's going to just try to delay up there by making the pull noise, but it's going to be a Boomer, Jockey, and another spawn coming to the queue. Right now is going to be a Spitter. So that's a 2-2 for this, but we've seen 2 dudes do a pretty good amount of damage. Boomer looks like he wants to do either an arc or a rocket off the roof. Not going to go yet. Jockey's going to jump his way in. Going for ones underneath. Single cap landing. Nice double boom going out as well. Jockey going for a latch onto one of the survivors in the corner, onto Sick, onto Lewis. And that's going to be a good amount of damage with the Death Spit as well. Kissing. These hits are doing damage.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of decent chip off of every single one of these hits. And Francis, once again, was held up by the spit there in the back corner, so that's going to cause...
What?
Spit? He was held up by the spit in the back corner, the dead spit in front of him.
Gotcha. You stopped talking mumble. I think you were still talking to the stream, though.
Oh, okay. I was so confused. I'm like, wait, I didn't misspeak. I know when I misspeak. I did not misspeak. But, yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I saw this. No, I saw this. Charger rocking himself in here, looking for a charge here on one side. Is not going to find it. Pulls a 180 charge onto Bill, but once again misses it. Hunter lands out onto Lewis, but there isn't anything to really capitalize on top of that. They do have the smoker up behind the car. Boomer gets popped. Does not proxy on anyone, but they could look for a pull here. Francis all alone up top, actually. That's going to be a pull. That might be a kill. Is that a...
I don't
I think that... So. I don't know if they're going to be able to... Do they have a Teagle?
I think
I don't know if they have a deagle or not.
Clear this.
No, his HP's dropping. He's on a 149.
Chipped. They're spamming it. 52.
I think they have it. Jockey's up though.
Oh yeah.
Jockey looking for the cover, not gonna find it though. Very nicely played though.
Close.
That's a lot of damage to the damage bonus of Lion. He got chipped really far down there before popping this other set of pills. That damage bonus is actually down to 58. Tank spawning up now in the hands of the Soul. 14 Pubstar.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really good to see. Trying to punch Lewis to the door there. Jockey landing onto the top of his face. If Soul can pull off the wipe here, that's essentially the end of the game.
Pretty much. That was actually a really nice separation pull. So we're going to see Sick go ahead and do the little jump trick here to open the door once again. Keep yourself away from the tank so that he doesn't punch you the moment he comes out. And Bill going for that early chip there onto the tank. Tank's going to be forced to hop across the doorway. Curve Rock coming out here, almost clipping Bill's back. And he will look for a punch there onto Bill, not going to find it. Down 600 HP so far. Smoker going to pull onto Rochelle, or Zoe I should say. A little bit of a mistake though, because now that's only 2 assets that he's going to have to work with to actually make this cross happen.
He's just going to commit from there, I think. Or he's going to try to, maybe. I mean, there's no way he can move right now. Charge is going to go in and try and win. And he actually is going to get the cross. Not even taking okay, just over 1,000 damage. That was a really quick transition by Soul.
Yeah, he took about 500 damage from being inside of the train to actually moving up to where he is right now. He was at like 5,400 back inside the train. So he's going to start throwing some rocks, playing that long tank, going to hit his car into play. And it will be in actually a pretty good position. That was providing some cover. I would have probably kept it where it was, but that's actually also a pretty good position. That's going to provide some S-side spawns for his team.
I mean, he could also still play Rock here because they have 1 survivor bleeding. It's going to be a Boomer Hunter and a Smoker, but the thing is he's on second pass. And I think Soul wants to commit this somehow, and he's going to actually transition to the right-hand side here to get on top. I'm trying to figure out exactly what he's doing. He's kind of hopping around, having a good time right now. So, yeah, Soul should look to be good. He's just going to do the same thing that we saw last time, just eating that chip and staring at them for the damage, moving all the way back here. And he's still got sight, but they should go Ghost in a second in order to get it off, but they're still trying to spam him. Soul just bouncing around, bleeding them out once again. I don't know what the goal here is, Kithney, but I think it's working.
I think they're literally just trying to bleed Lion down, make them pop all their pills onto him. This could take a very long time.
He's going to commit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's going to be Soul working his tank in. 20%. He has got 3k HP left. Hitting his car across there, breaking the boat, and working his way back in, hitting the piece of the... Well, he's going to need help soon. That Boomer's a little bit late as well. This is an interesting tank that we're seeing. Boomer's going to go, manages to get a single boom. Car hit, going in, spinning across, hitting his own Smoker. Not going to be able to get much of anything. Soul not having too good of a time right here. We're going to see this car. He's going to be camping behind it, throwing a rock in there, not going to land. Hittable going up into the sky, not going to land. AI tank is dead. That was weird at first, Kissme, but it actually was a no-hitter.
Yeah, he got absolutely nothing out of the tank, unfortunately. He should have probably just let his SI throw themselves in and go for a long rock tank there. You know, at least work down the survivors a bit so that he could actually make something of that tank and, you know, maybe have a survivor slow for the commit or something, because they only have 2 sets of pills left on them. With Lion bleeding out and Sick and Field, the next 2 slow survivors, they could have just continually hit Sick and Field, cut them down, made them pop the pills. But regardless, attack coming in, Spit goes down top of the pole charge back in the back. So that will be a decent chunk of damage going out onto Bill, dropping him down into the red. He's going to be forced to pop that set of pills that he has on him. And that's a tri-proxy happening up front as well.
We still have a 580 health bonus right now, though, and most of that is actually... it's about equal between health and damage bonus, so hitting anybody at this point is pretty good. But again, that time is a little bit surprising, because you'd expect someone in that area, like, with the survivors, the way their health was. Like, he took a long time transitioning out of that original train car, and then when he got to the top, it didn't seem like he had a whole lot of urgency to actually get much off that, but we will see another hit coming in right now. Nice double cap landing, almost a 3 cap. Hunter going for the corner pin, not going to get it though. That's going to be a Jockey getting a pretty good amount of damage. Spit's going to go down for the delay. And Pubstars are a little shaky this chapter in general, and I think Penguins might close the score delta a little.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a bit of a comeback here for Penguins this round. They have to get a really big hit here at this choke up ahead with this pull down area. They have to make something happen here. They have to make them just, you know, wrap back around to get an in cap of some sort down below. And, you know, it's easier said than done. They also have this Witch to work with, which is what it looks like they're going to go for instead. They will have that Boomer, Smoker, Charger, and a Hunter. So let's see what ends up happening here. Smoker looking for pull here on the Stars, trying to get them to start aggroing that Witch a little bit. But it's not going to come to fruition. And that Smoker has to be careful because he can actually break that wall next to where Witch is. Which might actually be a good idea because it might also start the aggro on the Witch. But regardless, there's a pull.
Out.
Indeed.
Ooh, Charter does get annihilated. Boomer gets a single. Smoker is still chilling out by that witch right there, and Hunter is still bouncing around as well. Bleed going out onto Penguins, but Kiss Me, this should be a pretty simple shutdown, I would say. This Smoker's 5 HP.
Yeah, I don't really see much that's going to be coming from this. Yeah, I don't really see how they're going to be able to really make this work. Bill does drop down behind. The witch is now aggro, but the Smoker is dead. So that's nothing I can actually scratch the witch and cause that aggro to fully stand up now. And Zoe's looking for an angle on this Boomer, looking to get this pick. Does actually chip it there. Boomer is down to 20 HP. There's the full aggro because of the jockey onto the witch. And let's see what they can do here, because they have a this is a pretty big hit here. Unfortunately, the Boomer is actually over there and not down below them, because that would be a nice boom once the witch commits here. But Zoe goes for the crown, one shot on the witch by Bill, and that's going to be a far draw back into the alleyway there, and that will be the kill on the witch. Hunter moves on the Bill, does land it, a single boom out onto Lewis. Boomer gets popped, and this should be safe for him. I mean, the spitter goes ahead and goes in, delays Bill, but Francis is just going to run around the bottom level. And that should be the save for him. I don't think there's going to be really anything that can stop him. There will be one spawn up in time. It will be a Smoker, actually, so could cause a bit of separation here out onto Lewis or Bill, depending on who it goes for. But Smoker's not having an easy time finding a spawn now, because it looks for a spawn, finds it, but Francis railing into his face. Hunter, Charger work looking for it, not going to find anything, though. And they will throw themselves at the safe room door, but yet again, it's a closed door. Health bonus, 360 points, so that will rocket their health bonus back up to a grand total score of 2,247. And so now there's 700 points, 750 behind, kind of. So that's like a 1,300 point gap between the two games.
Yeah, still over 1K with the aggregate there, and they have, I don't know, this next map could pretty much make or break it. I mean, we saw Team Pubstars make the sacrifice, or almost make the sacrifice, because they killed those 3 tanks, and then obviously a little bit of an issue with spawning 2 tanks at the same time for Team Penguins. It's still a pretty large delta at this point, and I mean, I would expect to see some kind of, like, I don't know, maybe a little bit of resurgence by Pubstars, because even though they're ahead by this much, this could be the map that makes it or breaks it, depending on a lot of things. But I think they got to be feeling, like I said, pretty good with this so far. And, like, the problem now for Team Penguins is that they have to get through the tank, they have to get through the event, and they have to make safe room again with bonus. And while this map can be a pretty large change, I haven't seen that happen quite yet in this tournament.
Indeed. I'm just looking at some drawings. I'm looking at the maps on the wall of the safe room.
Nice,
Someone actually drew legit maps. Oh my god.
Yes. 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 I mean, they put a lot of detail into it, because you gotta realize, for a game that is, I don't know, 7 years old in terms of this, like, there was a good amount of detail in it. There's a good reason why the game's kept a pretty okay following. It's still in the top 40 games on Steam.
And actually, that gravel pile is actually a huge gravel pile. It says so on the map.
All right, huge.
It's the huge gravel pile.
Huge gravel pile. All right, all right. We have a Hunter, Smoker, Charger, and a Boomer first hit from Team Penguins, and looks as though they are going to try to send it in right now. Smoker's going to get a pull on the Soul. Charger's going to go in, is going to get annihilated. That Hunter is going to win for a second, and Soul is also pulled forward for a little bit of chip damage. That Charger being shut down, though, got rid of most of the damage potential.
Indeed it did. So Soul taking the brunt of the damage there from that hit. Really not all too shabby, though, but there was obviously that 21 damage going out onto him, so he's going to have to lick his wounds, continue his way through the map. And yet again, Tank will be at 59% of the way through the map, Witch at 84%. And, yeah, this is a pretty big tank here for Penguins. If they can get a wipe here and then make it safe room, they can literally claw back all the lost points, the huge delta that's been happening and building over this game, and, you know, pretty much even out for the finale, which should be very interesting, because I want to see if Pubstar can actually make it, or somewhat make it again. They got pretty close, I gotta say.
Indeed. So it's going to be a Charger, Hunter, and a Smoker for the next hit from Team Penguins. Going right now, Charger's managing to get completely shut down. The other 2 cappers did land, but that Charger did get completely annihilated right there by the group efforts of the survivors. I'm actually going to blow up Soul right there, taking a good amount of fire damage from that.
Wow. Look at Peter Griffin, Spongy, Soul. They all took a bunch of damage from that explosion. Good God. That is very unfortunate for them.
Let's see if they do it again. Spongy dropping on top of that fire barrel. They are pushing through this area. Boomer, Jockey, Spitter, and a Charger for the next hit for Team Penguins. Let's see. Charger's going to rocket his way in. Managing to land, but gets beautifully cleared once more. Spit's going to go down onto Spongy, not even really landing for any damage at all, except for a little bit of a tick, and a Boomer Jockey's the only thing left. These charter shutdowns have been so impressive. And we actually see Soul on the top of the roof right here, missing that shot on that Boomer, and that does result in a double boom. Jumping his way back down, Jockey is still up, but obviously no real separation to play off of.
Indeed, they do find a set of pills inside the boat, I believe. They did not go ahead and pick them up either. They're actually on the ground outside the boat. But the tank should be coming up here relatively shortly. I think it's right at the end of this barge, as always, 59%. It's a little bit further, actually. They had to go on the other side of the actual boat. But regardless, tank now up in the hands of Lion 14 Penguins. And this is, once again, a big tank. He needs all those cards. Boom goes in onto Lewis here to start things off. Gonna go ahead and keep the survivor's attention off of the tank here for a little bit. And the Boomer will go ahead and get popped. Let's see what the tank is doing. He has 2 cards so far, actually, in his possession.
Tank in the hands of Lion. He
back?
could elect to get what?
Are they going back?
I don't think so, because Soul's hoarded. They probably could have, but they didn't want to in this scenario. Like, with one survivor horde, they really couldn't move as much as they wanted to, I don't think. So, Charger Jockey and another spawn coming up for the hero. Now, that's a lot of commons still coming in. Tank has hit all 3 of his cards into the playable area, and it might look to transition to the side or something like that. We'll see what he elects to do. But this is going to force the survivors pretty much to stay in this spot. Soul almost eating that rock, but does manage to deagle speed it before it lands.
Indeed, nicely played there by Soul. And he's going to go ahead and reconvene with his team. Tank is now committing once again in the hands of Line 14 Penguins. Looking for a car, a lucky car here through one of these uprights. But not going to find it. There is some sort of cap going out in the back. I hear Lewis being strangled by the smoker. And now Lion does have this makeshift corner out onto Bill. Actually, it's pretty much is a corner. And he's going to go ahead and punt Bill up against the uprights. Another punch onto him that's going to secure the end cap. And now he has his car here. The Stars have to watch out, though. It's one punch on Lewis. This could be an end cap with this car. Indeed, it is. And they could even maybe find the kill. No, he doesn't have enough HP, but the Boomer does land a single boom out onto Lewis. And that will be the tank up and over with, but not before 2 end caps coming out onto Soul and Josie, respectively.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate for Team Pingwins right there, because that Jockey went in as the tank was working his way, trying to get some separation, but Soul, I think, M2'd and shut it down. So there wasn't really a whole lot he could do with one of those 2 supports. The tank did as much as he possibly could have, but the survivors are still in pretty good shape. They actually took that better than they did on their home server due to the fact they didn't have somebody die. So as long as they shut down these next couple of hits, they're going to be in good shape. Boomer spawning up top. Nice dodge by the survivors right there to avoid the arc. Hunter going in, managing to land onto Soul. Jockey lands in the back, popping the Boomer to free him, though, and the Spitter really wasn't able to get a whole lot, so that's going to give the Pubstars free clearance to push down to those next sets of pills, if there are any there.
Indeed. So let's see if they can actually hold themselves together now and make the saving with this health bonus. Once again, a 560 health bonus. Absolutely massive for this map right now. And Pubstars really wants this after what happened last map. They gave up a large margin of their delta to Team Penguins after they made that saving with that massive health bonus, which is like 600 or something of that nature. So let's see if they can actually hold it together here. They are at the huge gravel pile, and they have that smoker with the charger looking for that charge. They do find it, not grabbing that clear in time. That's going to be in cap onto Soul, and that's going to destroy the damage bonus of Team Pubstars.
I mean, obviously an in-cap there is better than a death, so if they can pick him up and still then start to make it, they could be in okay shape. And I think Soul might have a deagle as well, so they should be able to clear it. He is going to be black and white at this point, though, and that should give the Pubstars clearance to keep pushing back up there. But Soul is actually hoarded. He actually teleports, because I think he might have been stuck from where that charger stuck him. So the Smoker's going to try to get a pull over here again. Jockey might go in, manages to get M2'd, actually. And Josie, another charger coming in, though. Charger's going to charge Josie all the way back down. That's just a brutal event doing work right here. That Jockey is going to land as well. And at this point, I think the other survivors might just decide to push Soul once you get the charger clear, but that is going to be a death on the Josie. They're going to clear Peter Griefin and then keep their way going. Again, that hill is so hard to traverse for any team.
Yeah, the reason why, for these guys that haven't ever played the Sacrifice and this map is, in specific, that gravel pile actually has a lot of slowdown to it. It's worse than a shift walk, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, Charger coming in here looking for charge, instantaneously leveled there by Lewis completely. So that will be a shutdown by Soul. Once again, Josie dying off by the hands of Charger previously in the last hit. And yeah, that gravel pile just really cuts down your speed overall, and it makes it very hard to move quick. And then when you have that smoker charger setting things up, you obviously can't get out of his way. There's a beautiful jump crown. What? Soul literally just dunking on the witch.
Yo, that's the way it's done. Dunking on that witch. Now they're going to keep pushing forward. Hunter, Smoker, Boomer sold a little bit of a celebratory laugh right there as well. Charger for the other spawn. Hunter is spawned up top along with that Boomer now looking for the arc. Managing to actually get only a single off that. Looks like the rest of it's going to be a nice skeet going out by Soul. Charger's going to go and not going to manage to land. Soul does get pulled forward. Quick clear by that Uzi though. Charger getting a few punches onto Peter Griffin right there, but they are going to clear him. This actually could be safe for him for Pubstars relatively soon.
It's very possible. It looks like there might be 2 spawns up at the very end. But yeah, they should not have any problem with these 2 unless it's like a boom and a charge. I don't really see that much coming from it. No, it's going to be a spitter boomer, so they can still actually delay here with that spit if that spitter can actually get up in time. And indeed, no, the boomer's actually going to be the one that goes in first. Grabs a proxy add-on to Lewis, stumbling him back a little bit. Jockey look for a pounce onto Francis, does grab it. And now this Hunter looking for something for the spitter to work with, but does actually get destroyed by that Uzi and shotgun of Francis. Well, Francis and Zoe, I should say, because Francis has a shotgun and Zoe has an Uzi. But regardless, they're going to go ahead and make their way into the safe and close the door. And that will be them making it with an okay health bonus. Really nothing too massive, though. It's going to be 114.
Big point is that they made the map.
Yeah, they wanted that full distance points, especially with that loss of Josie. They needed that health bonus as well to make up for those distance points. But they could still risk losing a lot of points here to Team Penguins.
Again, though, I mean, of all the maps, like, again, it's possible that way, but this is a tough event to deal with in terms of, like, probably one of the toughest events in the game, as a matter of fact, just because of that ridiculous slowdown. But besides that, the tank itself can go pretty badly. Like, we saw a kill go out in the other game, and even if you have enough hittables in there, again, we almost saw a white go out from Pubstars onto Penguins in the last game, but that one car hit that went for Ellis was a little bit, not necessarily greedy, but it went for the big play instead of hitting a 2-cap, so it could happen again, and depending on who gets it.
Most definitely. So, see the Boomer rocket in there, or attempt to rocket in. He might have fudged that, or he might have meant to just bait it out. Who knows? But he will go ahead and drop down on the side of the tractor trailer back in, reposition himself, looking for a boom of some sort. But he's going to have a really hard time getting this. Hunter working his way in, goes for a pounce, misses it completely, but yet again, the stars were still under the overhang, so he still had no chance with that. And now we see a smoker. Look, Paul does find out onto Bill. Instantaneously cleared, though. Boomer landing on a really weird arc boom down through the shutter out onto Bill. Gonna draw some horde in. And this is still a nasty tri-cap to have. Hunter, Smoker, and a Charger.
Yeah, I assume the Penguins aren't going to wait for a spit to come up in this. They're just going to start pushing out now. Hunter going into the DP, almost landing it onto Bill right there. Charger going in for punch as well. Nice double cap landing, but again, no spit to capitalize on that. So not a bad hit right there, but again, it would have been better if they had been able to go a little bit more in sync. But that Boomer went first and forced the survivors back inside.
Indeed it did. So they're going to make quick work of this map, moving their way quickly to the open area up ahead where the pond is. And not really all that much will come of it for the SI. They're going to have to wait for pretty much the building up ahead to throw the next hit in. Because it's a wide open area. I never see anything big land here. It's just way too sparse on spawns. And yeah, the distance to cover for the SI as well once they get a spawn is just incredible.
Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Charger for the next hit coming in from Pubstars. Nice skeet going out right there. Double charge landing though. That's an in-cap almost onto Phil, ramping down that hill. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that in a little bit, but you see the terrain's a little bit like
lower,
sloped and a little lower, and he took the fall damage from it.
That was insane. I saw how high he got punted up actually by that Charger. I was like, wow, that's pretty high up, but he's not going to take any fall damage because it was a level, charge. But then you look at the ground, and the ground just starts sloping down. So Field goes from a high green all the way down to basically an end cap. The little sliver of solid he has left isn't even noticeable. But another attack coming in here, though. Charger does manage to connect there onto Bill, along with Jockey onto Zoe. The Smoker also taking a beast of Francis there. And that will be all she wrote for the hit. That was still a beautiful charge, though.
It was, and that next hit was almost a tri-cap as well. The Spitter went in just a little bit before, but this puts Team Penguins in a tough spot even prior to this tank. Again, one survivor and almost full bleed. I think he has like a sliver of perm HP left. 2 pills left of their name, and there might be another hit even able to come in from Team Pubstars before that tank is fully up. They might decide to save the support, though, depending on who gets it. It's going to be a Hunter, Boomer, Charger, Spitter, and there's a tank up into the hands of Spongy. Once again, he had the same tank when it was at the spot in the other server. So let's see exactly what spot Boomer is just going to waddle around it there, but it looks as though Spongy's going to go for the full hittable play again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty safe bet as well to go for it because you just have... Actually, I don't even know what this Boomer's doing. Oh, it's an AI Boomer. That's why it's doing that. Okay. The Boomer was, like, sitting against the window and then it turned and smacked it. I was like, Boomer? But no, but yeah, let's see what Smudgy does with this tank. Once again, it's a very dire tank for them. This is pretty much almost, I don't want to say do or die, but they need a lot of work done with this tank, or else they're going to be in a very bad position going into the finale. If they manage to make that, oh wait, the cars are stuck, I think. Oh god, it's happening, Smudgy. You're not meant to have cars. Oh god.
This freaking boomer, just waddling his way around, standing there at the end of the post. Spongy does have this one. This boomer's just watching over everything. That car is going to be in the backfield. I don't know if he can make a play for that, though. Tank is going to be forced to commit. It's going to be a smoker, charger, and a jockey for the next hit coming in here on the support. He's got that corner, it looks like, on the Lewis, working him in there. He has a couple hits, but Lewis actually might have gotten out of that. Keep his... You know, he keeps going in, and that's going to be a smoker pull for the separation. All the SI are going to stack up on that. Good decision right there, I would say, by the support, just to do as much as they can. Jockey manages to land 2. Charter's going to take Zoe. Tank is 45 HP left, and he actually found his one car, almost sliding into Francis. So that's a good amount of damage coming from that tank.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Once again, we see the doubling caps that we saw happen out of the Pubstar. But once again, we need the kill, to say the least.
You'll be okay.
Need the kill for...
We need the kill on one of the Sovereigns, because remember the gravel pit or the gravel hill where Lewis got charged and
Oh, yeah,
killed?
yeah.
Oh no, it was Bill actually got charged and killed. It was the second charge.
Right. That event's a little bit scared in that tank, in my opinion. We do have a boom going out. Nice tri-boom landing. Spitter and a hunter and another spawn. It's going to be a jockey, so they could send the 2-2 right here. Twins, 2 people bleeding, only 1 set of pills left. Jockey's going to be spawning up there, trying to go, managing to land onto Zoe. I think she can bring her back down. Hunter's going to go in as well, trying to land desperately onto Francis. Not going to, though. A little bit more scratch damage going onto Zoe.
Indeed, so we'll see Team Penguins continuing their way through the map. They have 1 set of pills left on them as at the current time. They do have that charger, so they could even go for a hit here if they so wanted to. But then that means they're going to completely give up the gravel hill, which I don't think any team really wants to let go of. So I hope that they don't actually do that. Charger actually does go in here for Zoe. Misses the charge, though. And they got to save this charger. They have to back out. Indeed, they're going to do just that. The smoker as well should be saving. I don't know why he's still going in. Charger's already called it off, and he's still going in. They actually blow up the canisters, and that actually does quite a bit of damage to Bill, I believe, who was on top of the staircase there.
They have what they want in terms of smoker and the charger before this event. But again, Penguins, 3 out of 4 of them are bleeding, but 3 out of 4 of them are also fast. So this is pretty good. Smoker is going to spawn there with his charger friend. They're going to get the pull. There's going to be the charge. And actually stops underneath the support beam right there. The hunter manages to land as well. That sucks for Team Pubstars.
That is the worst thing that you could have happen. I don't know why the charger did that. Why would he slant it towards the I don't know what to call it, the conveyor belt? I don't know why he did that.
Shoot. It's a shoot.
Conveyor belt.
It's a shoot.
That's not a shoot. If you put something on that would slide down, no, that's a conveyor.
It's not a conveyor, it doesn't move.
That's a conveyor. Look at the straps holding together. You can see the connection pieces.
Yeah, no, look at that.
It's a conveyor.
Back there. That actually might be a down. Is that gonna be a down? That is
yes.
gonna be a down. Well, this sucks for Team Penguins now. That guy's still getting pulled. We have that charger and that smoker for the rest of the that charger, unfortunately, for the rest of the support. And it looks as though they should be able to get built without a whole lot more incident, but this hunter wants to make some kind of play. They're all bleeding now. I don't know how they lost that much health.
Me neither, but that is going to be a huge dent in them, to say the least. I mean, Bill did lose all of his permanent that he had left, so that's probably where it all came from. But regardless, yeah, we're going to see them pop up the rest of the pills. They're all going to be down around the 50 range. Flavix down into the slow range as well, down to the 30s. Charger looking for charge, not going to find it. Actually, just there's a 180 for some reason. Smoker does grab a pull, though, but he gets killed up before anything can really come of it. There is still this wish to deal with. France is making headway towards it, and I don't know if they're going to have it spawn up in time. No, the jockey can't actually get that one spawn because of the survivor that jumped up on the side of the ship, and that will be them making their way onto the barge here that's lopsided. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be going on this barge, because it's really weird.
Well, I mean, they got that free cap in front from that jockey. Charger going in! Trying to land the death charge is not going to get it. Proxy Doom does go out. Nice damage counts as well. That's going to be 2 in caps going out, and the Penguins' bonus is just absolutely evaporating right now.
Yeah, they're doing absolute work now with these 2 in-caps. Now Zoe taking an in-cap as well. Lewis being the last survivor up. There is no spawns up right now. Next closest is 6 seconds out, so they will be able to get this pickup regardless of whatever else happens. And now these next 2 pickups will be the ones that are going to be really hard. Spitter has a spawn here, could go for a delay here on the pickups. Not going for it though. For some reason, didn't grab a spawn and go for it, but the Charger will spawn up on the other side of the wall. Look for some sort of cap here on a Bill, but he can't get up on top of the cement truck like Bill can. And the smoker sign will get broken. The charge does land for a brief second on the Bill, but he gets an insta get up because of the charge not fully connecting. It was kind of a half pin against the wall. Smoker grabbed a pull out onto Francis. Boomer getting popped. And this should be a safe room. There's only a 151 HP Smoker and a Spitter right now up for the SI. And I don't see them not making the safe room.
Spitter could probably throw down a delay of some kind. That's what it's going to do, jumping into that corner there. And Jockey did get skeeted. Smoker is still out there. There's one survivor still outsider here, and they have a Charger as well, so they could actually maybe do something with this. Let's see. Smoker, Charger both going in. There's the double cap going out in the back with an in-cap onto Lewis. So their damage bonus is pretty much non-existent, and they're going to get a little bit more. Maybe actually, it could be actually almost tied depending on how this tallies up. They are going to get nothing, so actually that's going to be, because of the health bonus, Team Pubstars again winning the map.
Yeah, so they're going to have a score of 756 to 700 that we saw Team Penguins make the safe room with. So after all is said and done, there is around 801 point differential going into the finale for this map, plus the 600 of the previous game, so that's 1,400 in total. So Penguins is pretty far out there.
They are, and I mean, they would have to kill, like, Team Pubstar, like, right outside the safe room, then make the entire finale for any of that to have any kind of relevance at all. So that's not a good position for them to be in, I don't think. But again, they just played the one game, but instead we had to go over here and have this happen. So we will see how exactly it plays out. And let's see. I mean, theoretically, what Team Pubstars could honestly do is just go try to start all the generators at once.
I mean, they definitely could. And yes, sorry about that. My voice is actually hoarse already, and we still have a whole night of casting to go. Why are they all shooting Lewis?
He's AFK.
Is that Soul? Yes, it is.
Come on, Kiss Me, get your lodges in shape.
Look at it. Look at that. Look at that massacre on Lewis. Oh god, he's back. He's back. Everyone just stop shooting at me. Won't notice. All right, we look like we're good to go here. Is there another game tonight? There's another 2 games, actually.
There's a lot.
Yeah, and I already have a headache and my throat is freaking going out.
Well, because remember, we started at what, 10:40 this morning? 10:45, at least you did?
Yeah.
And then we had that break, and now we've been here for, again, another game that we casted, and it's technically 2 games, so there's that. And then we have 2 more.
Yep.
And then we have Paragon at 1 AM, right?
Oh, yeah, so we have, like, 14, 15 hours of casting.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Nice. Not bad, not bad. We're going live. Team Pubstar defending their lead on Survivor, and Team Penguins on the Special Infected. We have a Spitter, a Boomer, a Smoker, I was going to call it a Puller for a second, and a Hunter. So let's see how this hit goes in. Pull is going to not manage to land. Now there is a 2-cap because of that Hunter landing. Nice boom stumble into that spit as well. A stupid amount of damage coming out from a 2-2 on a Pubstars.
This is the night of you dying of casting, Kiss Me. Wait, this is the night you die of casting. Oh, okay.
That it is. Today's the night.
Oh, there's so many games. Too many games for me.
When's the next one after this, just out of curiosity?
8:30 p.m. EST, I'm pretty sure. And I think that's Uncanny versus, I forget who, Clitorati?
Oh, okay. So, Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Jockey, 14 Penguins right now. Let's see what they elect to do. Boomer rocketing his way, 90 win on the Spongy. Hunter gets a nice 18 damage pounds. It's going to go on top of that as well. Jockey going for the intercept, but is not going to be able to land. M2 too strong from Peter Griffin right there. Spongy's working his way towards the front. Again, I mean, I think they're going to try to make the finale here, but they have like a 1,300 point lead, so it could kill this tank and then be in pretty good shape.
I didn't mean to say Uncanny. I think I just said that because of when he asked me when the next game is. I believe it's Exception versus Clitorati. I said Uncanny by accident.
Today is the night.
Yes, that too. And I can tell you just how worn I am of casting already today.
Come on, man, you gotta hype it up. We have more games we gotta do.
I know we do, but we weren't supposed to even do this second game.
I know. Hunter going out does get cleared. We have that. Boomer going in on the spongy as well. Smoker spawning up in the back, getting a quick pull right there. But again, the Pubstars are in a really good position. Come on, Kiss Me. Break out the cocaine.
You hype it up.
You want me to hype it up?
Take the wheel, Rose.
Take the wheel. I will take the wheel. Let's see. The tank should be up relatively soon. 14 Penguins. Pubstars are in a good position. I don't know if they're running 4s again. No, they're not. Josie has a shotgun, so that doesn't count. And the tank's up in the hands of Flaviex. 14 Penguins. We'll see if they can actually wipe on one of their tanks this time, because they weren't able to on the other server. Rock going in, not going to land on a Lewis right there. 100 Boomer and a Jockey for the next hit. That Boomer is behind a tree down there. Looks as though the Jockey wants to spawn somewhere on the hedge. Not exactly sure. And the Hunter is also making noise. There's really no bleed going out right now. Boomer spawns him in the back. Nice pop going out. Rock is going to get skeeted, and Tank is looking to throw another rock. Hunter gets blown out of the air by those Uzis. No rock going on to Zoe instead, and now I do believe that Team Pubstars are going to try to transition here. This rock will be a nice curve if it goes down. Not going to land, though, and he should cut off Josie. He's not doing it, though. He still didn't do it. That's the second time we've seen him not do that.
Indeed, so we'll see this tank just sitting up on the rooftop for a little bit longer, and we're going to see them actually rotate out towards the front generator. You know that's what they're about to do. They're all sitting back by the banister. They're waiting for that tank to commit through that doorway up top. And actually, no, the tank's going to drop on them right now, cutting them off. Hits one punch out on Josie, I mean. That's gonna be another punch out. No, that's gonna be another punch out on the Francis. Another one out on the Zoe. He now has the corner under. He only has 2,300 HP left. Another punch will secure the end cap, and now he's getting the corner out on the Francis. It's gonna be an end cap out on him. Smoker has that pull on the Josie downstairs. Charger gets a double charge on the two survivors down below. That's gonna be the wipe. Josie, the only survivor left up. The Jockey latches onto him, and that will secure the wipe.
Soul jumped in a Charger. Like, he wasn't even part of that. When he was on his way on the Charger, then got the double onto both of them because Soul jumped in front of the Charger's face.
I need some help over here.
That's unfortunate for Pubstars. Yeah, Hota and Hosey, that's the next one.
Help me!
Someone in chat, actually it was Larry, he just said Hosey, and he spelled it like that, and I was like, oh god, I'm calling everyone a hoe.
I was good. Yeah, that's what you are. First it was Hota, now it's Hosey. So, yeah.
God.
Not bad, Kiss Me, not bad. Hey, we can see the comeback still.
Kiss Me, just ask yourself what would Karl Marx do.
Francis, give it a rest. No,
I don't know, Kiss Me, what would Karl Marx do? Tell me.
This is mine.
What?
What?
How'd you say this is mine?
This is mine.
Medical condition. Just my goddamn
I don't understand.
Francis,
I don't understand.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that island for you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Come on, Kiss Me, we gotta get the hype train rolling. There is no break.
We're also we're live here with the final half of this game. Once again, I'm sorry to Team Noxious and Kazoo Kids. We said we would be there, but we got caught up in other things. So we'll have Zoe pushing her way out of the safe room. She's going to get pulled there. Spickle's not inside the safe and going to keep the survivors inside. They do manage to get that clear on the tongue. Hosey going nuts here with the scratch stun shot. Zoe.
Uh-oh. It's happening.
Oh no, it's happening.
Hosey.
His name's officially Hosey.
I don't understand how.
Oh god.
I don't get it. If Pubstars and Serenity ever play, it's gonna be Hota versus Hosey.
Hota.
Oh my goodness. Boomer, Spitter, Jockey, and a Hunter for the next hit from Team Pubstars. It's at 2-2. First tank might be able to do a good amount of work as well. Boomer rocketing his way in is going to get nicely shut down by Zoe. Jockey's going to bounce around the back, trying to land again. This tank is up into the hands of Peter Griefin for Team Pubstars. So he has to do some work on this because there is still a chance for the Penguins to win, but they have to kill 3 tanks.
I was so confused. I could not find that tank for the life of me. I had no outline on him. But indeed, now I see him. And they might actually start that next generator. It looks like Bill is positioning himself next to it. No, he's going to go ahead and reconvene with the rest of his team. So they're not going to stuff the rest of the generators. I was hoping for it, you know. I mean, the game's already kind of out of their control. I mean, health bonus as it stands is a 1,300. So they could actually still do it. But they need to take absolutely no damage from these next 3 tanks. And that's kind of, you know, impossible.
Yeah, I mean, with 3 tanks to deal with, and all the Pubstar players are pretty good tanks from what we see. Obviously, Soul had a little bit of little bit of a misplay in the second chapter, actually rather the first chapter of Sacrifice. Nice punch going out right there. Nice boom as well. We are going to see the tank jumping his way in. Trying to hit that car, gets a nice in cap onto fuel right there. Turning back around, the smoker should be clear, but this one survivor is forward in the corner. Peter Griffin pushing his tank in, managing to get another in cap. Looks like at least he's going to work on it. One more will secure it. Now that's 2 survivors down. Tank's going to work his way back in, trying to ladder punch his way up, chasing the survivors back, kiting him across the way there. Brock's going to break on the lamppost. We do have 2 SI still up in the tank. Actually has managed to decommit himself again. Charger's going to go and get a miss right there, but the smoker is going to take him on the other side. And Charger's going to actually now use Bill as a pinata. That's going to be even more health bonus damage. Almost 2.5 in caps going out onto the survivors. Rock getting seated. Peter Griffin, good selection here of his target.
Yeah, this is pretty much GG. He's broken down the health bonus so much that it's pretty much over at this point. Jockey latching on the build, bringing him around the tree. Actually, he gets stuck up on the tree, though, so he's not going to be able to secure the incap out onto Flavex. And that's a little unfortunate for him. And if I were Penguins right now, I would just start triggering all the generators. Go out in a ball of fire.
Yep, Blaze of Glory. Let's go. Come on. Let's see. Charger, Hunter, and another spawn coming up. And I think this time they're going to kill the tank instead of spawning another one, which I think is probably the right call. But they have 1 set of pills there, and they have pills on the other side too, so I was just making sure no pipe bombs were in the workings here. Tank's going to drop in, actually, trying to jump his way in to get another punch. Not going to work. Nice Hunter going out down below right there. Charger landing as well to make it a 2 cap. More damage going out onto this, and that's going to be almost the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, they do have those pills over on the table, and they're going to go ahead and help themselves to them. There are still 3 pills left on the table. Thankfully, they were not pipe bombs, and we were asked to restart the round because I think I would just cry.
I think we'd be alright at that, but again, we still have a couple more games where that has a propensity for happening.
Please don't. We actually had a game, I forget what game it was. I didn't cover. I think it was the game that Brightness and you guys covered. That game, I believe, had pipe bombs.
It did, yeah, but it was already over at that point, so it didn't really matter. Lots of damage going out, though, onto Flaviex once again. And we have a tank in the hands of who, Kiss Me?
Hosey.
Yes, Hosey. Perfect. Josie for Team Pubstars. He is going to maybe look to submit while they're still inside here. Obviously, with his away server, Ping, he should be able to get even better arms. Nice curve rock landing on to one of the survivors right there. Just going to keep throwing them through this window, trying to shoot fish in a barrel here. There's still Common trickling his way in 2. Charger Jockey and a Smoker here. Josie throwing a rock down, not going to land. And maybe he's going to decide not to commit in yet. There's still a couple of comments trickling in, throwing a couple more curve rocks, but he's in pretty good position to do so with these SI that he's got. Throwing his next rock in there, almost clipping a survivor, jumping around on the roof, doing what he can. He might decide to go in through the skylight as well. Another rock going out, managing to miss for, that's actually really close on to Francis, and looks like we are going to see the tank coming in right now, working his way to the corner right there. Nice multi-punch going out onto the survivors. Rock going in, not going to land, working his way, pushing them around. We do have a pull going out right there. The tank is going to be able to potentially capitalize on. He's going to miss that, though. Charger does manage to land in the corner right there. The survivors are slow. Tank has just under 4,000 HP. Nice rock! Hitboxing Lewis right there. He's going to keep pushing his way in. Another in-cap about to go out onto Zoe. Still has 2k HP. One survivor's trying to melee him right there, and Josie is going to be able to decommit.
D's going to make his way back up to the second story of the building here through the outside. Throws a rock down towards Bill, though, although he couldn't really get the angle on it. And Bill's actually going to start pushing him now. Francis is well railing him through the bottom floor of the wooden staircase, or crossing way, I guess you could say. But it's going to be a tri-boom going on. 3 survivors. The only non-survivors boom survivor is Bill. He's going to get locked up top here by the tank. 2 punches going out to him. That's going to secure the incap. Charger working his way down towards Francis. Does land a charge, and that will be the GG.
Indeed it is. GG's going out, and that is going to be Team Pubstars taking the win. They score by just over 600 here. So, hey! The score deltas between the 2 servers were almost exactly the fucking same. Done. Done. I'm done. Kiss me. That's it. We're good for